ne sont pas un jeu de Jeff. Le vente est un jeu de personnes. Merci. Bonjour, madame, mesdames et messieurs. Merci de m'avoir donné l'occasion de vous parler d'aujourd'hui de la façon. Oh my goodness! I mean, it was away from me. Merci de m'avoir donné l'occasion de vous parler d'aujourd'hui de façon de mener plus de oui, de pas le vente, le prospect et client. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you today. Sales is not a numbers game. Sales is a people's game. And I really appreciate this time. Campbell, Anita, thank you very much for the opportunity to talk today. And as you saw, and you glaze over, and it makes me nervous when I talk in another language. It also makes people difficult to understand what we say. Now, you know that my business is Nextree Business Growth Consultancy, and I help businesses to grow. Who in the last 3 weeks has not, put your hand up if you have not thought about talking to a business consultant in the last 3 weeks. If you haven't done that, put your hand up. Have you? No one, don't be embarrassed. Who? Put your hand up if you have thought about hiring a business consultant. This too. Okay, fantastic. Welcome to the world of a business consultant. No business owner that I know in the last 15 years I've been an independent business consultant has got up in the morning and said, I need to talk to a business consultant. Not one of them. No one. Doesn't matter when I call them. And that's okay, because over 15 years of business consulting, what I have found that there are 5 problems that keep them awake at night. The first one is they want to increase their sales. The second one is they want to decrease their expenses. Then they want to get a better bang for their marketing buck. And then they want to increase their efficiency and their productivity of themselves and their teams. And they ultimately want to make more profit. Now put your hand up if you've thought that those are one of those 5 things is something you would like to do this year in 2023. Put your hand up if there's any of those, one of those 5 things. Okay, most of you want to do those things. And that's what I do, is I help people do that. I'm not going to go into the minutiae today of how I go about that, because it could be boring. And nor am I going to talk to you about how I trained to be an officer and gentleman. I used to be a truck driver, and that I worked in the corporate life. You've got more time, you've got better things to do with your time, and I'd love to talk about those things. I love talking about those things. But today I want to help you get at least something out of here. And I want to talk about how you can get more yeses from your customers and your prospects. And one of the ways I do this is I'm really passionate about getting your leads, turning them into prospects, qualified leads, and turning them into customers, and then turning those customers into repeat customers. And then you will increase your sales, reduce your expenses, increase your marketing bang for your marketing buck, and you will also get more profit and more productivity and efficiency. And we all talk about the marketing in the room, and it doesn't matter who it is, in the helping businesses do improve their business. We're all looking to work with customers and prospects, and you have to understand who they are. We talk about buyer personas. The marketers talk about buyer personas. Business consultants will talk about your buyer personas and who is your target market and what do they do. And it's really hard to get them across the line if you don't know who you're talking to, because you're wasting time and money trying to get scattergun. And if I wanted to talk to Zach and I'm sorry I've forgotten your name. Martina, thank you. If I only wanted to talk to them about photography, I would find out more about photography and what they do and what they like, and then I might be able to build a connection. But what the world showed back in the early 2000s, a group called the Charlie Group, they did some research and they found that 18% of people, only 18% of people would buy from a salesperson if that person's presentation to them did not meet their personality type. That meant 82% weren't going to buy. Yet they found if the salesperson adjusted their personality type, the presentation, the personality type of the buyer, 82% would buy from them. That's 3 times more. 300% more people would buy from the buyer, from the seller, if they change their personality type, their presentation, to that of the buyer. And I want to talk to you about that today. And you've heard me talk about, if you've looked on social media and things like that, about a personality profiling system called BANK. And BANK is the only personality profiling system in the world that has been scientifically proven through independent studies to accurately predict buyer behaviour within 90 seconds. And you've got a form in front of you, in fact. Right now, we won't go through this now, but you've got that, and that's the values, and we're going to talk about that today. And you can actually predict your buyer behaviour. And it's so effective, it's predicted. It's been validated over a number of studies with around about 10,000 people. The other part of this is that it will also has been shown to increase sales by up to 300% and influence by up to 300%. So let's have a little talk about that. BANK, what does BANK stand for? It is all about the personality and 4 personality types. We've got the blueprint. The blueprint is the first one. Action, nurturing, and knowledge. And each of those have 12 values that have been researched over a number of studies to be the values that people put on buying and their personality. And each of those we're made up of those personality types. Now, if you think about personality as a language, and that's why I was trying to speak French today. If you imagine that blueprints, only their first language, like in Australia, the first language is English in business. Some people may speak other languages. We do have some people who their first language is not English. But let's say that the blueprints speak English. If you speak English, you'll get most of your sales from there. That's where your market is, and that's where you get right now. We say that you get 100%. The next market is the actions. They speak French. And if you try to speak English to people who mainly speak French, you're very unlikely to get the sales. And if you speak French and understand the personality and reflect that in your presentation, you'll get 100% more sales. The nurturers, say they're Japanese, and you speak Japanese, you will get more sales, increase them by 100% if you adapt your presentation to Japanese and showing it in Japanese and those things that are important to them. And then you have the knowledge. Let's say they speak German. If you speak to them in German, that's 8 minutes?
2 minutes to go, yeah.
Wow. Okay. You will have that. I've done this before. Then you've got to get that across. Imagine those personalities in the box. We're all made up of those personality types. And what you've got is some are more dominant than others. And that's what the research, and that's why you would do that little test. If you imagine they're in the box, we have a box, we've got that personality types in front of us, the blueprint is sitting there. The blueprint is about structure, stability, process and plannings. They are risk averse, they like budgets, and they like to be on time. Don't ring up a blueprint and say, hey, I'd like to have a chat. All they want to do is get you off the phone. Ring up and say, hey, I've got some ideas I'd like to discuss. This would be a good day, Tuesday or Wednesday. You've got the action people. They are out of the box. They hate being in the box. They want freedom and flexibility. They don't want to have the details. They want you to tell them the stuff that's fun, image. They'll relate to that. And then you'll have the nurturers. They're the people that you want on reception. They're the team. They've got you there, and they bring the people together, harmony, teamwork, significance. And then you have the knowledge. I'm a knowledge person. Big picture, technology, research and development. Without me, the box would never have been designed, because we did the research and found there was a market for it. So, but all those people, all those personalities are in there. So if you would like to find a way to increase your sales by up to 300%, increase your influence be more productive, get more bang for your marketing buck. Have a chat to me. I'd love to show you more about this. Any questions? No? Okay, that's it. Thank you very much for the time.